The Othawa Lion, a name that echoes through the wild heart of Africa, whispered with reverence by those who have witnessed his journey. His story is not just that of a single lion, but a tale woven into the very fabric of the Sabi sands, a land where legends are born and tested by the relentless forces of nature. A name whispered in awe carried on the wind across the Golden Plains. The Othawa Lion became a symbol of hope and resilience, a living testament to the power of survival in a world where only the strongest endure. A legend in Sabi sands. This vast wilderness, teeming with life and danger, has seen countless stories unfold, but few as compelling as that of the Last Cub of Othawa. Here, every sunrise brings new challenges, and every sunset marks another day survived. He was a magnificent male lion, his mane catching the first light of dawn, his eyes reflecting the wisdom and scars of battles fought. He stood as a sentinel over his territory, a silent guardian shaped by hardship and loss. His story is one of survival against all odds. From his earliest days he faced dangers that would have broken lesser creatures. Yet, with every challenge he grew stronger, more determined to carve out his place in the unforgiving wild. The path he walked was never easy. Each paw print in the sand told a story of perseverance, of narrow escapes from predators and the constant threat of starvation. The Othawa Lion learned quickly that survival meant adapting, learning, and never letting his guard down. The Othawa Pride, this lion's namesake, was once a strong force. They were a family bound by blood and loyalty, their roars echoing across the savannah as a warning to all who dared challenge them. Together they hunted, played, and protected one another from the ever-present dangers lurking in the grass. They roamed the northern reaches of Sabi sands, their territory stretching as far as the eye could see. The pride moved with purpose, each member playing a vital role in the survival of the group. The cubs learned from their elders, watching and imitating, preparing for the day they would take their place as hunters and protectors. Their history is intertwined with the legendary Majingilane. These were not ordinary lions, but a coalition whose reputation struck fear into rivals and inspired awe in those who observed them. The Majingilane were known for their strength, intelligence, and unbreakable bond. This coalition of 4 male lions ruled for years. Their reign was marked by dominance and unity, as they defended their territory and their pride from all threats. Under their watchful eyes, the Othawa Pride flourished, and the cubs grew up in relative safety. Their reign was powerful, their presence undeniable. The ground trembled beneath their paws, and their roars could be heard for miles. They were the kings of Sabi sands, and their legacy would shape the destinies of all who followed. The Othawa male was born into this pride. From his first breath, he was surrounded by strength and tradition, nurtured by the pride's lionesses, and protected by the formidable Majingilane males. He learned the ways of the wild from his family, absorbing the lessons that would one day save his life. His father, a member of the Majingilane, passed on his strength. Tragedy struck early. The young cub's world was shattered when fate intervened, and the pride's security was threatened by forces beyond their control. The balance of power in the wild is always shifting. As the Majingilane aged, rival coalitions began to circle, sensing weakness and opportunity. The Othawa cubs' peaceful days were numbered, and the shadow of danger grew ever closer. Rival males targeted the pride. These intruders were relentless, determined to claim the territory and the lionesses for themselves. The Othawa cub watched as his world was torn apart by violence and betrayal. The bonds of family tested to their limits. The Othawa male's father and brothers were killed. The once mighty pride was scattered, and the young cub was left to face the world alone. The loss was devastating, but it also marked the beginning of his transformation from a vulnerable cub to a survivor. He was the only male cub to survive. Against all odds he endured, drawing on the strength of his ancestors and the lessons of his fallen family. Alone, he faced the vast wilderness, determined to honor the legacy of the Othawa Pride and carve out his own place in the annals of the Sabi sands. The Othawa Pride faced a bleak future. Without strong males, their territory was vulnerable. Other prides, sensing weakness, began to encroach. The Othawa females fought bravely, but they were outnumbered. The young Othawa male witnessed it all. He saw his pride lose their land. He saw the brutal reality of life in the wild. His mother, fiercely protective, kept him hidden. It was a dangerous time. Every day was a fight for survival. Eventually the Othawa Pride scattered. The young male, barely more than an adolescent, was forced to flee. He became a nomad, wandering the savannah alone. It was a perilous existence. He faced hunger, thirst, and danger at every turn. Yet, he persevered. He honed his hunting skills, becoming a formidable predator. He learned to rely on his instincts, his senses sharp. He grew stronger, his body hardened by the harsh realities of his life. After years of exile, the Othawa male returned to his birth territory. The journey had been long and perilous, marked by countless challenges and moments of solitude. Each step he took across the golden savanna was a testament to his resilience and determination. The land he once called home stretched before him, familiar yet changed by the passage of time. The scent of the grass, the distant calls of birds, and the gentle rustle of the wind all reminded him of his youth, of days spent as a playful cub under the watchful eyes of his pride. He was no longer a cub but a magnificent lion. His mane had grown thick and dark, a symbol of his maturity and strength. Scars marked his face and body, each one telling a story of survival and battles fought. His eyes, once filled with youthful curiosity, now held the wisdom of experience and the fire of ambition. He stood tall, his powerful frame silhouetted against the rising sun, embodying the spirit of a true king. He carried himself with an air of power and confidence. Every movement was deliberate, every glance measured. As he surveyed the vast expanse of his ancestral lands, he felt a surge of pride and responsibility. The memories of his family, the lessons learned from his elders, and the hardships endured during his exile all fueled his resolve. He was determined to restore his legacy and reclaim his rightful place among the lions of the savannah. He was ready to reclaim what was his. The thought of facing rivals did not deter him. Instead, it ignited a fierce determination within. He knew that the path ahead would not be easy, that he would have to prove himself once more. But he was prepared for whatever challenges awaited, his heart beating with the courage of a lion who had survived against all odds. His return did not go unnoticed. From the shadows, other lions watched his approach with a mix of curiosity and caution. The Pride, once his family, now regarded him as an outsider, a potential threat to their stability. Whispers of his presence spread quickly through the grasslands, and the tension in the air was palpable. Every eye was fixed on the newcomer, waiting to see what would happen next. The territory was now ruled by the Matimba males. These formidable lions had established their dominance during Othawa's absence, forging a powerful coalition that commanded respect and fear. Their presence was felt throughout the land, their roars echoing across the plains as a warning to any who might challenge their authority. They were strong, united, and unyielding, making the task of reclaiming the throne even more daunting. These lions were powerful, but Othawa was determined. He met their stares with unwavering resolve, refusing to back down. The tension between the rivals was electric, each one sizing up the other, searching for any sign of weakness. It was a battle not just of strength, but of willpower and spirit. Othawa knew that to succeed, he would have to outlast and outfight the coalition that now stood in his way. A series of fierce battles ensued, the land echoing with their roars. The clashes were brutal and relentless, each encounter testing the limits of their endurance and courage. Dust rose into the air as powerful bodies collided, and the sounds of snarling and roaring filled the savannah. Through it all, Othawa fought with the heart of a true king, determined to reclaim his legacy and restore balance to his homeland. Othawa's strength and determination prevailed. He defeated the Matimba males, driving them out. He claimed dominance over the territory. His victory was not just about land, it was about reclaiming his birthright. He formed an alliance with the Tumbela Lionesses. These females, impressed by his power, accepted him as their mate. Together, they brought stability back to the land. Othawa, once a lone nomad, was now a king. The Tumbela Lionesses gave birth to Othawa's cubs. His bloodline, the bloodline of the legendary Majingilane, continued. He was a devoted father, fiercely protective of his offspring. He passed on his strength, his courage, his will to survive. He ruled for years, his reign marked by both peace and conflict. He faced numerous challenges from rival males to dwindling prey, but through it all, he remained steadfast. Othawa's appearance was as striking as his story. In the heart of the African savanna, he stood out not just for his size, but for the deep, inky blackness of his mane, a feature that set him apart from all others. As the sun dipped low, casting a golden glow across the grasslands, Othawa's silhouette was unmistakable, a living legend among lions. His presence commanded respect, and even the wind seemed to pause as he passed by, his mane rippling like a dark banner. He was a massive lion, his size a testament to his strength. Towering above most of his rivals, Othawa's muscular frame was built for both power and endurance. Each step he took was deliberate, his paws pressing into the earth with the weight of a king. Other lions would often give way as he approached, recognizing the authority in his stride. His sheer physical presence was enough to deter would-be challengers, and his reputation spread far beyond his territory. His mane, a thick, dark halo, was a symbol of his power. The mane's unusual darkness was not just for show, it served as a badge of honor, a sign to other lions and potential mates of his dominance and genetic strength. In the wild, a mane like Othawa's is more than just fur, it's a declaration of status, a warning to rivals, and an allure to lionesses. The way it caught the sunlight, shifting from deep black to shimmering bronze, made him a sight to behold. The black mane is a rare trait, only a handful of lions in the world possess such a striking feature, and it is often associated with the most formidable individuals. Scientists believe that the darkness of a lion's mane can indicate higher levels of testosterone, better health, and greater resilience. In the harsh environment of the savanna, these qualities are essential for survival, and Othawa embodied them all. His mane was a living testament to his exceptional lineage. It is said to indicate a lion of exceptional strength and virility. Othawa's roar could be heard for miles, echoing across the plains and sending a clear message to all who heard it. This was his domain. His dominance was not just physical, but also genetic. Lionesses sought him out, drawn by the promise of strong, healthy cubs. His ability to defend his pride and territory was legendary, and his legacy would be carried on through generations. He was not just a physical force, however. Beneath the imposing exterior was a lion of remarkable intelligence and awareness. Othawa was known to spend hours surveying his territory, watching and listening, always alert to the slightest change in his environment. His ability to anticipate threats and opportunities made him a master of survival in a land where danger lurked at every turn. He was known for his intelligence. Othawa's strategies in both hunting and defending his pride were the stuff of legend. He could read the movements of prey and rivals alike, adapting his tactics with a cunning that set him apart from other lions. His sharp gaze missed nothing, and his decisions often meant the difference between life and death for his pride. He was a strategic hunter and a cunning fighter. Whether stalking silently through the tall grass or facing off against intruders, Othawa combined brute strength with calculated moves. He led coordinated hunts, using the landscape to his advantage, and was fearless in battle, defending his pride with unmatched ferocity. His victories were not just the result of power, but of careful planning and quick thinking. He was also observed to be surprisingly gentle with his cubs. Despite his fearsome reputation, Othawa showed a softer side within his pride. He would nuzzle and groom his young, patiently tolerating their playful antics. This rare combination of strength, intelligence, and tenderness made Othawa not just a king among lions, but a legend whose story continues to inspire awe and admiration across the savanna. Othawa's story is a testament to the resilience of nature. He faced incredible adversity from a young age, but he never gave up. He fought for survival, for his pride, for his legacy. His story resonates with people around the world. He is a symbol of hope, of courage, of the will to overcome. He reminds us that even in the face of darkness there is always light. Othawa's reign eventually came to an end. It is the way of all life in the wild. But his legacy lives on, his story continues to inspire, his bloodline continues to thrive in Sabi sands. He is a reminder that even the smallest cub can rise to become a legend. He is a testament to the power of perseverance, the strength of family, and the enduring spirit of the wild.